What up, Doug? Welcome to Free for All Friday right here on Detroit Lives on the Proud. Y'all know that's how it goes. It's Friday, then hey, it's Saturday, Sunday. Well, it is Free for All Friday. Man, we got so much stuff to talk about, man. Players coming in left and right. Luke G over here causing aneurysms and heart attacks, and you know what I'm saying, causing people to be pissed off and being pissed on, and what I don't know what's going on with all that stuff, man. Dose was just in for a minute. Hopefully, he just has some technical issues. Hopefully, he'll be back here in a short bit. But let me bring in the panel for today. First of all, you know who it is, man. It is the queen of the proud, Miss Valerie Bordeaux. Good morning, queen.
What's up, everyone? We're having some fun this week too with the voting for our Chaos Mock Draft. So make sure you check those social media channels because get your vote in because it's gonna get wild.
I'm getting my votes in, man. And y'all see him down there, man. He says we don't need no stinking tight end, man. It is Mike Kimber from Chat Sports and over there at Lions Nation Unite. Hold on for 1 second. I getting a message from Dose. What is he saying? Okay.
Mike, you didn't put linebackers' lives matter down there?
Yeah.
They definitely do matter, but I'm still on the tight end thing until people get this out of their mock drafts and get it out of their signing free agents. We need to go out there. So right now that's my trend until that's out of their mouths.
And y'all know who it is, man. He's been pissing people off since this probably since he started watching TV. I don't know, man. Since he been on the earth, man, because he been going scorched earth. Everybody is hating and telling him he's crazy and all this stuff like that. It's Luke G of Luke G's Field Review. What's going on, Luke G?
Hey, I just want to let everybody know I love you all. So please don't no pitchforks and torches. But I gotta keep it real today. So just prepare yourself. Just prepare yourself for the real today. That's all I'm saying.
Okay, he's gonna keep it, you know what I'm saying? While he's keeping it real, and sometimes when keeping it real goes wrong, we're just gonna talk about we just gonna talk, man. Hope we got Dose of Dion here. Hopefully we can get his camera on. If he can't, just keep your logo on, man, and we got you in here. But we got my man, my Holmes Junior, man. We haven't talked to him in a while. What's going on, Dose of Dion?
Hey man, how we doing, yo? The energy is great, man. I'm sorry about the camera. Look, I don't know what's going on, but
hey man,
I appreciate y'all having me.
We got you in the building, man. Everybody in the
camera
chat,
said
man.
The camera said you too sexy, and it didn't want to show all your beautiful glory. That's what it said.
Yeah, man, that's what it is.
I get that.
Try to prevent another Magic Mike moment on the Free for All Friday show.
Yeah, man. Don't be here pulling an old timer Dave, man. That was great, man. That was probably one of the best moments. Between that and Jabril Cox moment, man, those are legendary Free for All Friday moments, man. Let's say what's up to people in the chat, man. What's up, Dan Spanos? What's going on, Paul Jarose? Raw Podcast in the building. Dan Spanos, Big Rob in the house. Mark Malak is in the building, man. Thank you all for joining us right here on Detroit Lions on the Proud, your home for Detroit Lions news and rumors. Go ahead, subscribe to the channel, like the video, share this content with more Lions fans just like yourself. And we got to kick this thing off right on we got to go in ham off the top. Well, how did you react to the David Montgomery signing and the Jamal Williams exit? We know we got to come off the top rope at the beginning of the show. And why not talk to a Bears fan about this? Because I know she was like, oh, hell no. What you got about?
Look, I was just sitting there minding my own damn business, trying to relax, ready to go to bed, and all of a sudden, I go to check the Twitter chat, and Rachel talking about, Montgomery's signed, and I'm like, say what? Montgomery's a Lion now? What the hell just happened? I think I'm about to have a heart attack.
Man, so, yeah, it was quite a reaction by myself. What you got, Mike? What was your reaction to Montgomery signing, and then also the latter with Jamal Williams exiting the building?
I'll start with Jamal Williams here. I wish him nothing but the best. Love the guy. I think he's a fantastic player and running back, and I wish him nothing best over there for the New Orleans Saints. I'm happy with Montgomery bringing him in here to this role that he will be doing that Jamal Williams did. He's younger and powerful, one cut back. I love the fact that we continue to be a team that wants to have that power run. And so he's going to come in here and do that. He's a guy that makes sure that defenses miss tackles on him. And we're going to continue to have that power there. As 3-year, $18 million deal. You could actually get away from it after the second year. So not a bad deal. Can't wait to see him on the field punching the Chicago Bears. And well, unfortunately, he wants to hit Tim Boyle, but over there for the Chicago Bears. But
yeah. Has he signed anywhere else, man? We need to make sure we sign somebody before he gets on the open market. All right, Maniac Tim, welcome to the panel, man. What's going on, my guy? How you doing today?
I'm doing all right.
All right. We got to go to the man himself because I know he got something profound to say. Luke G, what do you think about David Montgomery signing and Jamal Williams deucing out to New Orleans?
To the people who said that you can't move on from Jamal Williams because he's the heart of this team, it's going to mess up your locker room, it's going to destroy the chemistry and all that other BS you came up with, hold my beer. I told y'all off rip he was replaceable. And I told you that not only was he replaceable, that he was going to ask for more money because he broke that damn touchdown record. And I told y'all that at that point, he's not worth the money and he's not giving no hometown discounts. He overplayed his hand and it backfired. And guess what? We end up getting a guy who literally beat us into signing him. Because I remember playing the Bears and remember thinking, so we just not going to tackle David Montgomery? We just going to let it happen today, huh? Nobody sees him running the ball. Okay. He still throwing so many people that I'm pretty sure that his fingerprint and palm prints are on their face mask and their spirit because he was doing it on a regular basis. And what that tells me is this. It tells me that at the end of the day, to the fans who acting like we lost something, go to sleep. You're tired. You're exhausted. You need a little bit more time. And to the people who swear up and down, well, he's a lesser bet than Jamal. You're hungry. Grab a Snickers, maybe a Beirut or something. Just calm down, take a break. Because it don't make sense. So all I want to point out there is this. We got a better back. I was excited to get him. I wanted him coming out of college. He was what I thought he was going to be. And at the end of the day, I hate to say this to y'all, but we are still going to add another running back to this room. Do not think that means somebody is leaving. It just means we add more running backs.
Agree.
I agree with that 100%.
But here's the thing, Luke, and it's not anything against what you're saying, though, it's not any offense to what you're saying is, but can we please, as fans, stop bashing players the second they go somewhere else?
Yeah, that was terrible. I didn't
like it all, man. I wish him nothing but the best.
At all, man.
Right. Like people act like I said Jamal Williams was hot garbage. And I know you wasn't saying that to me, Viv, but I'm saying, but there were people who were acting like I was wrong because I remember a few weeks ago we had this question on what free agent you don't want to see back. And I was like one of the only ones that said I did not want Jamal Williams back. He is a replaceable back. And everybody's like, you're crazy. He's going to mess up the locker room and the culture. And I told them, if it's not coming from your coaching staff, then I don't know what culture you have. So at the end of the day, we got a better running back. And I promise you this, you will see it come out, barring he don't get hurt.
It is not downgrading Jamal Williams. We just upgraded. You mean you have players that's in the league that's better than others. Jamal Williams, he had a good season last year, but was that the norm or the anomaly? You look at his numbers previous seasons, didn't get close to that. Half of that most seasons. Even the first year in Detroit was about half of that. So, and the touchdowns was, he got set up a lot for those touchdowns. You look at, what St. Brown, getting down there at the goal line, catching balls down there and not getting the end zone, bring in Jamal Williams to go ahead and pound it through. That was his role. He fit the role, but don't sit there like he was the second coming of Barry Sanders. Somebody said that on Facebook one day, and I was like, hey, you have got to be freaking shitting me. Did you think that Jamal Williams is the second coming of Barry Sanders?
Listen.
That is not even close. But I like Swaggy. That's my guy. But you got him. Hey, when you can move on and you can upgrade that position and get younger, I'm all with that, man. All right.
Curt, what if that's ain't that poker where people be like trying to wear like glasses because they don't be want to like tell what they got and stuff like that?
You want to bluff. You don't have a tail.
I haven't seen a tail bigger than Jamal Williams since Theo Reddick. Every time Theo Reddick came in, everybody knew we were passing the ball. And when Jamal Williams came in, everybody knew we were running it. That problem is now resolved itself, people. Watch and learn.
Yeah, definitely. All right, he back in the building, man. Dose, what do you think about that? The David Montgomery signing and the exit of Jamal Williams.
I'm sorry. Did you ask me? My bad. My headphones just turned on.
Okay. What do you think about the David Montgomery signing and the exit of Jamal Williams?
No, I appreciate it. My thing is what I love most about this whole situation in general, whether that was bringing Jamal or a different running back. I think it started with the signing of Jamal initially, is that they went out and got someone that was proven. You know, I mean, we've missed a lot of running backs, and that's not to say that these guys would miss running backs or, you know, that's always been on the running backs, but it's a situation of just like, we're going to run the football and let's go get a guy that we know can run the football. And that's what they did. I thought initially with Jamal, you know, he's just consistency. And I think David's bringing a lot of that consistency too. And honestly, a little bit more, you know, just a little bit more receiving ability, a little bit more make you miss, you know, just a little bit more to the table. So I'm with you guys in the sense that, you know, I love Jamal Williams. I would have been fine with bringing him back. Obviously the contract thing, you know, that's how negotiating goes. And the fact that we went younger at the position. I mean, as much as I love Jamal, I just think it makes a ton of sense. Like, if I don't think I'd want to give out that money necessarily to Jamal as much as I would to David, just because of the situation. Yeah. So I'm just happy that we're, because I'm with you guys. I think we do end up still drafting running back, that we're investing a guy that we know can run, that we know what he's bringing to the table, because it's just nice to have a run game, man. You know, all the time that I've been alive up till these last 2 years, the Lions were the worst running team like every single season. So it's nice when you get a 100-yard rusher. I mean, every year it was like 60 yards rushing a game. True. Man, it's
our run game was ass, except for
I don't know if that's actually a good or bad thing that he said all the years I've been alive. Like, what the hell? It's been that long? How many?
My goodness.
No, you 13 was the last 1,000-yard rusher we had before last year. Was
but I got 1,000 yards is not even hard to get no more. Like, I keep trying to tell people this. It's not special no more. I'm sorry. 1,000 yards is not special.
Was that we couldn't. It was so cheeks we couldn't even get. That's how cheeks it was. We couldn't get it. Tim, man, I gotta bring Maniac Tim in, man. What did you think about the Montgomery signing and the Williams exit?
Okay. Well, actually, we did a better job by getting Montgomery Williams, and we upgrade. Anytime you can upgrade a position, and this is nothing against Jamal Williams. I mean, he gave his heart and soul and blood for this team. But, you know, I mean, you got to go with what's good. You added youth. You added some skill set. And you added somebody that's proven that he has did it on not only just a team, but on a bad team. Mm-hmm. You know, yeah, they were designed to run with Fields and stuff like that too. But, you know, he done it on a team that was actually lousy. So, you know, it's good to bring that and see what he's going to do for the Lions, you know, behind our offensive line. You know,
so he's excited, man.
Yeah,
he's excited. He's salivating. Mm-hmm. And I posted something yesterday on Twitter, and the sources were kind of got mixed up, but it ended up being the narrative got us twisted a little bit. But it was right. Dave Burkett reported that while Williams and his agent was out there shopping for deals, Brad Holmes said, man, screw this, man. I got to go ahead and make sure I'm not getting scraps in the running back market. So he went out and got David Montgomery, and shout out to Brad Holmes. Brad Holmes is like, screw this, man. I'm going to be the villain on this one, because I'm going to take this fan favorite and I'm going to say, see ya. I'm going to holler at you later. And he went ahead and went out and got.
Like I said on Luke G's stream earlier this week, I said the Bears showed up day one to the free agency like it was a club, and they had the stripper money. And then day two, Brad Holmes showed up and said, "Hold my Kool-Aid."
Yeah, he did, man. He came with the ones gun on him. All right, what we got going on in the chat, man?
Okay. Andrew Hyde, welcome to Proud Nation. His agent wanted to shop around, and it backfired.
That's true.
Raw podcast. Yeah, we do need to do that as fans to attack players when they leave the NFL as a business. Owners don't have loyalty to players unless you're CB Will Harris of the Detroit Lions.
Yeah, I don't know what the hell that is. It's like, what?
Yes, you do, Curt. Yes, you do. It's great. It's just great general manager and managing. That's all it is. Just manage. It's just great management.
You know what
That's
though?
all.
Sometimes I think this is the one time where he's giving the coaching staff what they want on that one.
Mhm.
They may say, "Hey, man, we like Will Harris and we're gonna keep him on the team." So that may be one of those things because I can't see any other reason why he will be back in Detroit. So, but hey, they may they like him. But here's the deal. Small sign for us, the veteran minimum, and he may be here, he may not be, but if not, he could play special teams or something. I don't know. I guess he could play gunner. All the best to Jamal. Robert 360 says, "Hey, all the best to
welcome to Proud
man.
Nation, Robert." Mark Malik says Montgomery about to show what he can do with a good O-line. He's going to be a bigger upgrade than anyone probably thinks. And really, his real true goal is two things. His true goal is two things: is that running up the middle, like the Lions love to do. He can blast through those holes where Jamal really couldn't. And number two, he's a better leader in the locker room. So watch when they get upgrades with other running backs and stuff, he will be able to train and lead them. So that's
Val, can I ask you a question, Val?
What?
Can I ask you a question? Deep down inside, you want to cry about this, don't you?
He always one guy.
I have not settled this week on where I stand with this because I swear to God, the Lions are doing so well at trying to make me want to switch my plan card.
they trying. They go try their best.
They trying. Charles Davis says Lions have 63 players in contract counting draft and UDFAs. They're pretty much done. Maybe one more signing.
Oh, Dose, you son of a bitch.
Dose, he out his class.
Damn, there's two of me in here.
What can I say? What can I say? When you shocked, you're shocked. I mean,
Charles, you got to remember if they only got 63 players, they got a draft class. That's only 8 players. They got to get up to 90 for camp. So it's going to be a lot more signings before, saying that we get to it. Let's get to the next question here. All right. Give me your thoughts, guys, on the addition of Cam Sutton and Emmanuel Mosley to the secondary. I'm gonna let my man, because he does a great job of his analytics over there in his channel. Dose, man, give me your thoughts on the additions of Cam Sutton and Emmanuel Mosley.
Yeah, man. Look, here's my thing. I love it. I absolutely love it because I think a couple things with this. Number one, the cornerback position. I know I have I got more high hopes for Jeff than probably anybody out there. I don't know why, but I do. Mm-hmm. I believe in Jeff. But to that point, with him and Jerry and those guys, like I still want to see an opportunity for them, right? An opportunity where it doesn't mean they have to start, but there's a potential for them to get time this year and prove themselves. And if it doesn't happen, it doesn't happen. I think these deals allow that to still be a possible option, right? If they play well, they can still earn their spots. But I think when you speak about those two guys specifically, man, I think Cam Sutton brings something that this team needed, and they were searching for it last year. They were moving pieces, and that's a playmaking, smart cornerback. Like I think Will Harris brought the intelligence to that slot position when we put him there, which is why I think he was successful there. But he wasn't natural there. It wasn't a playmaker. You wondered if there was ever going to be playmaking ability big time when you put him from that spot. But with Sutton, it's kind of just like I think he brings something to that entire positional group that we just needed, and it's playmaking. And then for Emmanuel Mosley, it feels like to me like a prove it deal a little bit on, just a little bit on something else. Maybe he got his little Snickers or whatever, what Luke was saying. Maybe we got just a little extra, right? We giving out some prove it deals, some corners, the Mike Hughes, the Dunbars. But this one's a prove it deal. And I think it's just strictly because he's coming off that ACL injury. I think if he was not coming off that injury, this guy would have gotten a long-term deal because he's already proven I can be a 1 or 2 cornerback. Right. And it's just the injuries to me. So I thought these two guys were, in a cornerback market, which I didn't think played. There wasn't a ton of guys that played could play press man, could sit in our scheme. I thought that were available. I thought these two were guys that stuck out that could do that. So I love the Mosley one because I just think Mosley is just a little bit of a higher level prove it deal. And it would not, the dude became a starter for us this season. But at the same time, I think Cam Sutton's maybe my favorite signing. I think we're just getting smarts there. We're getting a playmaker at that spot. And this defense needs that because outside of safety, they don't get much playmaking.
Yeah, definitely. What you got, Maniac Tim? What do you got to think about these young fellas coming in to the secondary?
Well, I think it shows that they're addressing a need that we have needed, and I can't say any better than Dion did. We drafted people that's, playmakers, Sutton definitely a playmaker. Emmanuel Mosley, man, shoot, give him a chance. Let's see what we can do. We're upgrading the defense. We're paying some attention to a very weak spot, and shoot, I think it was a great deal.
Okay, I feel you heard it from right here from Maniac Tim. All right, Big Mike, what you got, man?
The Detroit Lions secondary before coming into free agency was thinner than Emmanuel Forbes' legs. We needed to get in there and get some players that can actually play on defense. And that's exactly what they did there. Cameron Sutton there, veteran guy. He'll help out the young guys, specifically Okudah. We all want to make sure that he succeeds. Probably won't, but we got to try. Manuel Mosley, I really like this. It's the 1-year prove-it deal like we did DJ Chark last year. And before that, Khalif Raymond, a guy who was injured. But we can see, like, he was very productive for the 49ers. If he stays healthy, it'll be a really big upgrade on defense. These two brings a massive UPGRADE to the defensive secondary, which has been absolutely booty cheeks last year and the year before.
All right. What you got, Queen, on these two young fellas coming into our secondary?
Look, trying to help Okudah improve is like trying to teach a dog to meow. This is
what the hell is that?
Oh,
Bro, that's killing me. What you got, man?
Anything that is going to make these cornerbacks improve. If this is an improvement, I hope Okudah is holding a clipboard next year. Please, bye.
All right. I'm gonna let Luke go, because I know Luke got something profound to say. But for me, looking at these two guys, I like the prove it deal for Mosley. I think they're both similar type players. They both are versatile, aggressive, both good tacklers. You get the Mosley on that prove it deal coming out the ACL injury. That's something that's been a staple of Brad Holmes. Sometimes it works out, sometimes it doesn't. But you see how it goes, man. Last year it could work for DJ Chark and somewhat for Deshaun Elliott, sometimes, especially down the stretch of this stretch of the season. But sometimes it doesn't work out. You look at the first part of Charles Harris. He had a great first year in his prove-it deal. Earned the second one. That's what happened. Got injured. So, you know what I'm saying? Sometimes you're going to hit. Sometimes you're going to miss. Draft picks, free agents is going to happen. But I do like the fact that they're trying to upgrade our secondary. I don't think it closes the door for a corner to be drafted. And I think hopefully this is what I think for me, hopefully it opens the gate for Jeff Okudah to move to safety. Look at last year, best numbers in a game last year, 15 tackles, 12 of them were solo. He played safety against the Cowboys because we were so thin. That's where he should be playing in the first freaking place. But that's what I got to say on that, man.
Okudah needs to change his name to Bobby Boucher. Okay.
Yeah, but you look at
we could use little Bobby Boucher
at these two young guys, man. I love Cameron Sutton signing. I said, well, when we did our free agent cornerback preview, that's the guy I wanted, and that's the guy I got. So I know this the last person on this panel going to talk. He wanted some Murphys. But what you got, Luke G, on the signing of these two young fellas?
Am I the only one that think that Okudah photo looked like he just got out of a fight with Floyd Mayweather and lost unanimously by TKO? Is that just me? No.
Yeah, he
okay. I mean, that's probably you don't need another photo. It looked like he just got his ass whooped. That's another story. But anyway,
Luke, I looked up that Okudah, man.
That's how
he looks like.
You know what game that
he
was?
Looks like he lost to Jake Paul.
That was the
I'm
game.
serious.
No, that was the rather he got the play where he got burned and he got chewed out by Aubrey Pleasant. That was the picture right before that play, after that play happened. So that's
wow. With fans like Dion, you don't really need.
It looks like he needs his diaper change.
It looks like he's going through it a little bit. I just thought I'd put it out there first. All right, let me get into this really quick. Again, this ain't gonna be for the faint of heart, so please hold yourself together. I'm on a complete wait and see. I am absolutely annoyed at the level of how when players come to Detroit, they are crowned legendary. They are just all of a sudden amazing, and they're so special, and I'm just over it. I mean, we said the same thing about Justin Coleman. We said the same thing about Mike Hughes. We said the same thing about me. The same thing about you. I'm sick of this. Let them go out there and play and prove us wrong, okay? Because at the end of the day, we go out and we get these players and they don't perform up to par. So I'm just over it. Emmanuel Mosley, for me, really, like he's not threatening to take nobody's spot. The only thing that he did was he met the Brad Holmes criteria. It's a blew out knee. I'm telling y'all right now, if you blow your knee up, if you got an ATL or MCL injury, Brad Holmes will bring you here. So if you're looking for a new job or a career change, simply tear ACL and Brad Holmes will bring you here. Because that's what it's starting to turn into. There is nothing special about these cornerbacks for us to be crowning them like this. They have to come in and perform, in my opinion. They have to come in and do these things. I know this about one thing. The Pittsburgh Steelers do not let their good defensive players go. If he hit the market, it's because they thought they could upgrade from him. That is facts. Everybody that they let walk, Lamar Woodley, Joey Porter, all those people, they was on, even James Harrison, they was on the other side of prime. They don't do that. That's not a thing that the Pittsburgh Steelers do. So for our fan base, I'm on a wait and see. I don't get this. Sutton is great. Mosley is this. He didn't give up that crap. That's hogwash. We've done this with every cornerback and every player we got. I'm not buying it.
Wait, Luke, can I ask a question?
Yep.
So what corner did you want necessarily? Because it sounds like you had someone on your mind that we did not pick up. So I need to know.
No. I really didn't have anybody on my mind per se, like in specific. I gave names based on like certain criteria and stuff for the players. I would have been okay with Byron Murphy. Don't get me wrong, but I'd have also been okay if they drafted a cornerback at 18, not at 6, but at 18. I'd have been okay with that. But my thing is,
that's out of the. I don't think that's still a possibility, Luke G.
Oh, trust me, you ain't got to tell me. I know it's a possibility because them cornerbacks we signed ain't changing nobody's draft plans. Trust me. They not nobody, and this is my conflict with Brad Holmes. He's not signing people that change your draft plan. He's signing people that are scraps. He spends big money on the offense, and he spends Kool-Aid money on the damn defense, and I'm sick of it. And at the end of the day, I'm just asking for us to start to just not crown these people before they play. Let them play and prove us, because we thought that Coleman was going to be good. We thought that Mike Hughes was going to be good.
Luke, can I follow?
They wasn't.
Yeah.
Yes.
But I don't see the same thing with Sutton though. But that's a little different for me. He was the number one. He was the number one defensive back on the Steelers last year. 15 pass breakups, 3 interceptions. The guy was the leader of that on that defense last year. So that's the one guy you kind of getting me on. I get the thing with Mosley because he hasn't played. He's often injured. Most games he played in the season was 11. So this is a really proven deal for him. He had a good season before last year, but yeah, and the eye test is what made me want Sutton. But what you got, Delta Dion?
Oh, I just wanted to ask him, just based on what you're saying, like Luke. So did you feel like a guy like Byron Murphy would be that? Like, because for me personally, like when I looked at it, Byron Murphy was cool. I was fine with giving out the Mosley deal, just because of the fact of what the deal was, right? Because it was a proven deal. I didn't really see a corner out there outside of maybe making a trade that I would have wanted to necessarily give up a ton of money to, that I would have fallen in love with. The reason I like Sutton personally is because I think he can fill a specific role for us. But when you're talking outside corners, did you feel like Byron would be a guy that you could spend more money on? Like, he did get paid a little bit more, but did you feel like he was someone that was kind of more proven at that spot? Because for me personally, I didn't necessarily feel that way with Byron Murphy. Right. So I was cool with the Emmanuel Mosley deal. And I honestly thought he was a better man corner personally. So I'm just wondering on that one.
I think Brad Holmes' pedigree is to try to get as much as possible for less out of the defense, right? And so when I looked at it, they gave a 2-year deal, basically like $22 million to Byron Murphy, right?
Mm-hmm.
Which if you do an overall average, is like $11 million a season, right? And if you do the Sutton's contract, it's $11 million a season, right? And so obviously, you know, Byron Murphy is out there. Obviously, Sutton is out there. I get both of them. But my thing is, I believe that I could have got Byron Murphy cheaper. And I believe that I would have still got production out of Byron Murphy, even though I got him cheaper. Now, we didn't take him. I don't really give a care, right? I don't. The same way we didn't take Kyle Hamilton. And you don't hear me talking about him no more. Everybody else does. I don't have to say anything, right? Because he's not on the team, so I don't have to address it no more. So my viewpoint is this. If you're following the whole mantra of spend less to get more, well, you're failing in that department because Will Harris ain't doing it. And Emmanuel Mosley had a good year, just like Sutton had a good year. And so I'm looking at it from the standpoint of, did you get somebody that is going to come in and make you feel good about what they did? I watched Sutton. If a receiver is fast, he was in trouble.
I agree completely. No, Luke, can I quick little point to that? I personally think, and I know I get a lot of pushback, and that's fine. I think Sutton's going to play a lot in the slot for us. I really do, and I don't have.
I do too.
I think that because I'm telling you, when I watch him, I think you get him. There's certain matchups you put him on the outside, you're going to know that he's going to get burnt. So I'm like, he's not the every down put him on the outside matchup. Your number one to me. I think he's a guy that certain matchups you can do it, but at the same time, I also have to be understanding of. I think he can really. I think why I liked him, Luke. Last point here. I just liked him more because I thought I liked him more in the slot than I would like Byron Murphy in the slot personally.
No,
So
I can follow that logic, right? If you're telling me you got him to be a slot guy, okay, cool, right? I ain't mad at that because I get it. And that means you still gonna draft a guy to be on the outside. Cool, I get it. But I just don't like how we're crowning him to be like we just added, you know, Champ Bailey. That's not what we did here.
No, here's the thing here. Here's the thing here. Is he an upgrade over Amani Warrior?
To me, no.
Absolutely.
To me, no.
You tripping, Luke.
Is he an upgrade over Mike Hughes?
Put the weed down.
Nope.
Is he an upgrade over Parker?
Yes.
Yes. He's an upgrade.
He's an upgrade.
Like he is an upgrade over Amani Warrior, who is 120 out of 120 at the cornerback position. If he's an upgrade, that's good. Is he the number one corner in the NFL? No. We got the draft. We get players in free agency to supplement some players, and then you build through the draft 5 picks in the first 100. So I'm fine with if it's an upgrade over the guys that we currently have back there with the garbage secondary that we do. I'm happy.
Yeah. All right, guys.
I just feel like he'd be much of the same. But go ahead. Yeah.
We got to move on.
All right,
Hey, man, like the video, share the video, comment on the video. What we got in the comments, Val?
Tornadoes blowing through the building with saying Cam will make teams know that we are not SOL.
Okay.
Charles Davis says mostly as a common link. He went to high school with McCain and college with Cam. Works out with Anzalone. Does he weightlift Anzalone? No, because no.
The off-season programs with those guys. Yeah.
George Eagles coming in with the smoke on with me, saying we need to send Akuda to Chicago. They need all the help that we can get. They can get.
Definitely.
Like,
send Will Harris with them too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That'll be a mistake. That'll be a mistake. You said no.
Tim Boyle for that deal.
Listen. Tim Boyle is your problem. You accept that one. That's your poop. You wipe it up.
Not your poop. You wipe it up. Thank you guys for checking this out, man. Hey, draft caps will be coming out real soon. Picture got leaked over there on Twitter the other day, and they're going to be right there at fanatics.com. Links in the description below. Portion of other proceeds from that link go to help us grow the channel, grow the content right here on this channel, and check out all the people on the panel on their individual channels. You got Maniac Tim over there on Facebook, Luke G on Luke G's Field Review, his YouTube channel. Mike Kimber is doing his thing over there at Chat Sports and at Lions Nation Unite, and Dosa Dion is always doing his thing over there on his channel. Him and Big Raz be holding it down over there on the Dosa Dion channel. And thank you guys for joining us right here on Detroit Lions on the Prowl. Your home for Detroit Lions news and rumors. All right. So I'm going to Luke G first. I'm going to get the bullshit out the way. Tell me what you think about some of the players that they got re-signed by the Lions.
It's ridiculous.
Mm-hmm.
It's ridiculous. I didn't think that nobody who's a free agent on defense should have been retained. Nobody. I didn't think nobody. And I felt like if we lost any of the people that they re-signed to the defensive side of the ball, we wouldn't have cared. Oh, we lost Bugs, so. Oh, we lost Anzalone, so. There was nobody that I was concerned with losing on the defense. I didn't think we should have re-signed none of them. Will Harris, oh my God, he's gone. No, I just felt that what they did was much of the same. It was spend high quality money and assets for offense and give me scraps and acorns for defense. And so I think that has an impact and a reflection of what you get from your defense, unfortunately. So yeah, I mean, I wasn't head over heels about what we did in free agency in terms of who we re-signed.
Okay, I knew it was going to be that. I already knew what was coming, so that's why I asked you first, because it was going to be quick and to the point.
Not sorry.
No, and no reason to be sorry. That's your opinion, and you're entitled to it, my brother. All right, Dose of Dion, what do you think about the guys we brought back?
Man, you know I'm sorry. No, like for me personally, man, I'll never. This is great. I great follow to Luke here because I'm on the complete opposite end. I thought we re-signed all the necessary players, and I do include Will Harris in that. I do because of the way the deal shook out. I guess. I mean, I didn't really know that was I never heard of that thing. I'm gonna be honest with you guys. I don't know if you guys ever heard of how the Lions set that contract up. I didn't even know that was a thing. So that was weird, but. Outside of that, I really liked all the re-signings. I thought Alex was someone I really wanted to bring back personally, just because I thought that when you have him out there, you can put any linebacker with him. And again, looking at the market, I think there was a lot of similar price tags given out to linebackers. So it almost felt like, okay, which one do you think is your best fit? So I'm a Duracell guy in that sense. Alex Anzalone, John Kaminsky. I like how his deal is set up, because I wasn't sure if we would with Josh Paschal bring him back. I didn't know if he was even necessary, but I think based on just what he did last season and how impactful he was, based on what we gave him, I mean, you could get out of it after a year. So I was really cool with that one. And then Isaiah Buggs. I like Isaiah Buggs because I think our biggest need is still defensive tackle. And because of that, Isaiah Buggs, I know if he's out there, we can win with him out there, but I don't want him as a starter. I think he'd be a really nice number 2 DT. That way he's just fresh. You know, when he's fresh, I think he's just at his best. The more snaps you give him, I think you're going to get some questions. And then, that man, Will Harris. I love it. I love Will Harris, man. I do. I became a Will Harris. I bought in.
You and Coach Mike are the only guys that on the Will Harris train. Because I am not on that, man. That train stopped for me a long time ago.
God, I love to see it, man. But no, I don't know. Am I missing anyone on defense? I don't think I am.
Nah, those are the guys on defense. Yeah, you got Kaminsky, you got Buggs, you got Anzalone, you got Will Harris.
There you go. I like all those.
Breaking news. I don't know how breaking it is. The Money Badger is back. The Lions agreed to terms with to re-sign kicker Michael Badgley. Is going to be back in Detroit. So
I don't know if I like that one.
So we'll see that. Maybe just a cat body, but we'll see. Yeah. All right. Maniac Tim, what do you think about the guys we bought that we re-signed in free agency?
Kaminsky, all right, maybe, but the other ones, no.
Okay.
I wasn't really excited about Anzalone. I mean, we seen him maybe had a better year last year, but shoot, we wanted to run him off the field year before. So, what makes him really that good now?
Okay. Hey, speak your truth, brother. Speak your truth. All right, for me, I like the Bug signing because, like Dion, I like him as a depth signing, as a depth piece. I like him as a rotational defensive tackle. I'm not saying I want him as a long-term starter, but I like him as a rotational piece. Along with John Kaminsky is the same. I like him as a rotational. He was good in the NASCAR package, caused a lot of pressures. I like him because he can play defensive. He can play that small defense. Big defensive end, small defensive tackle type of guy. He's versatile in his role, and he has a specific role in this defense. you look at the a guy like a Matt Nelson, you know what I'm saying? You bring him in, he knows his role. He's going to be in that overloaded offensive line. He fits that role well. Swing tackle, you know, not a starter, but, you know, solid. And they brought him back they didn't tender him, so they brought him back on a lesser deal. So he's, you know, they paid pennies for that guy on offense, Luke G. But am I excited overall? You know, exuberant. For Alex Anzalone, I will say this: with this play at the second half of the season, everybody's gonna have their different opinions on that. But you know, I think once he got used to that role, I think he started playing better. He was never a middle linebacker, and you having a guy change positions in the league. You know, he was always an off the ball linebacker. Played it at Florida, played it at the Saints. Coverage style linebacker, never played middle linebacker. First years in Detroit, struggled at that position. Maybe he got some, you know, actually the wheels started turning and something clicked, but he actually played better, especially that second half of the season. So I'm not mad at it. As long as we get that guy back, I'm okay. But Mike Kimber, what you got, man?
John Kaminsky coming back was huge. He is a very good place in a player for the defensive line. I don't know if people notice this, but we're 0-5 when he is not playing. And the defensive line was much improved with him in there, getting the pressures and help stopping the run. I really like that. Isaiah Buggs, I like him as a rotational defensive tackle. Like what he does there. Now, he's not number one or anything like that or the main guy, but a rotation. DSA Channels, you're on crack cocaine. Will Harris is terrible. I can't stand this dude, man.
You was real specific about that drug, crack cocaine.
This guy,
hot garbage.
This guy has something on this dosage.
I guess Mike took his own shock to his crack cocaine comment.
Yeah.
I don't know how anybody could be excited with the name Will and Harris connected to the Lions.
Yeah, man.
God, man.
Man, it's Dosa Dion and Coach Jones, man. Them two is on the Will Harris bandwagon. They train that shit, man. My Metro Pass didn't go past that stop because
I was live talking to fellas when they signed it and it came over there, and my reaction is I screamed for 20 seconds straight, asked TA, and it was a bunch of F-bombs. I'm like, why is this guy coming back? Thankfully, the Emmanuel Mosley happened right after that to where I could calm down. I can't stand this guy. I can't stand Will Harris.
Yeah, I'm not a big Will Harris fan. All right, Queen. Wrap up this question. I know you got something profound to say as a Bears fan. What do you have on the guys that re-signed?
Look, I'm with Luke G here. I don't think a damn one of them needed to be re-signed, but here's what I'll say. It's still early in the offseason. The Lions' financials are what they are. So, of course, these guys are going to get re-signed. You're going to have to fill in these spots for now. It can change. So, take it what it is for right now. It's not that big of a deal.
Gotcha. All right, I got you. Hey, like the video, share the video, comment on the video, subscribe to the channel. Make sure you go over and check out what's going on Facebook over at LNU. They got their Facebook groups are popping right now. So go check out the Lions Nation Unite. They help bring us this content right here on Detroit Lions on the Prowl, your home for Detroit Lions news and rumors. What else we got in the chat, Val?
I'm just going to say real quick, I don't know what's worse to look at Okuda's face or Mike Kimber's face up close. But
damn, son.
Here it goes.
OMG.
Everybody, let's get my picture like this because thank you, Dose.
I think it has a lot to do with the last regime that really messed up.
I was laughing so hard that I was trying to unmute the mic, and I freaking dropped my damn phone laughing like, what in the hell is going on?
I'm glad there's a booger not coming out of my nose from that picture, Dose.
I mean, he got it right up there, too. That's the crazy part.
Right in there.
Yeah.
Like right up in there. All right.
Don't say that because he's gonna shut your nose.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm Gannon, the head coach. I'm the new head coach of the Cardinals, man. Right up in your face.
Yeah, man. All right. George Eagle says, I think it has a lot to do with the last regime. They really destroyed up. We finally got Flowers and players like that off the books. Okay.
I call it Cap, flag on the plane. That's Cap.
Yeah, you've been saying that for years. So okay, Charles Davis says Dose is happy now that we have our game-changing kicker back. Man, what kicker did we sign? I don't know who that is. Who that is?
I like Badgley. I'm not mad at him.
He's all right. We need to trade up to the #1 pick for Jake Moody, though, man. We gotta get this.
You get 51. It's a problem for Badgley. 49 and down, you good, man. You hit. Man,
we're gonna have a 30-minute video about Badgley.
Oh yeah, you already know that that Luke G got that in the bag already. Yeah. All right, let's get back into some of this because we have a few more questions to answer. All right. Who was your biggest surprise signing for the Lions so far this free agency period? Val, I'm gonna go to you first. Who was your biggest surprise signing?
Of course, it's got to be David Montgomery being signed to the Lions. This is the shock signing really of the free agency. In fact, I don't think the Bears did any shock signings to me. This even with that trade where they fleeced the shit out of the Panthers. But anyhow, Montgomery was a huge. Oh my God! Don't stop.
Oh man, Dose, you son of a. You gave me a bug, man.
Not the boogie. He gave him a bug. You know what I'm saying?
Oh man, that's some breakfast right there.
But outside of that, Montgomery, yes, is the shock signing. Is the signing? Yeah.
Okay, gotcha. All right, Maniac Tim, who's a surprise signing for you by the Lions this free agency period?
Well, other than Montgomery, I'm just hoping that it hasn't came yet.
Okay, it hasn't came yet. Okay, gotcha.
All
right. Timmy, you heard it first right here on Detroit Lions in the Prime. Maniac Tim said, it ain't came yet, player. For me, I'm surprised that they actually signed in Graham Glasgow to come back to Detroit. Didn't think it was going to happen. Why? Dude's over 30. That's not really a guy that Holmes signed. He doesn't sign guys as a 30 and over. He got those guys, maybe that late, 27, 28, but a guy that's over 30, that's not really his MO. So I'm like, okay. I like the Graham Glasgow we returned to Detroit. I don't ever think he should have left, but that wasn't up to him. So, but welcome back to the D, Graham Glasgow. What you got, Mike? Who was your surprise signing thus far free agency?
I'm going to go a different route here. One says surprise. I'm going to do the non-surprise, Will Harris, because God hates me.
Look, signing Will Harris back shouldn't be a surprise when they've re-signed Trinity Benson 50 million times. But anyhow,
he's been this poke in my side since the Diggs trade, and it's like, God, please just leave this team. It's just like TA can't stand Alex Anzalone. There's just one player, and it's Will Harris for me, man.
Okay. I feel what you got going on. Dose of Dion, who was your surprise signing this free agency period?
Oh, man, I mean, I'm with you guys. I don't know if there is a shock, to be real. I don't know if there, and I'm not surprised by any of the re-signings. I guess the biggest surprise would be it would have to be Montgomery, just because I almost penciled it to a point where I was like, Jamal's coming back. There's no way Jamal doesn't come back. It's just one of those things that has to happen. And then it didn't. That one to me, it's almost more that Jamal left rather than signing David Montgomery is the biggest surprise to me.
Okay. I feel what you're saying, man. Luke G. All right, man. Yeah. What you got, man?
Here we go.
I'm just saying, for me, it's John Fox. I think that signing is bigger than people are talking about, and I find it intriguing I think we're not talking about him enough. I think we're not talking about him enough. I think that signing is more significant than people think it is, because one of the things that I've noticed is we found a way to manage to have some type of contingency plans for if we lose a coach. So if we lose him, John Fox probably ends up your defensive coordinator, and so that sign was probably the most surprising to me because I'm like, huh?
And she said, "What the fuck said?" That's
Man, you're literally on top of John. You're on top of John Fox's face. That looks creepy as hell. Look at there. There we go. We got Val Fox.
Creepy, trashy motherfucker. No.
Man, okay. But
Val
you know
Fox.
that was interesting. You know what though? And I'll hear what you're. I'm feeling what you're saying. I'm picking up what you're putting down, Luke G. That was a difference. I didn't expect that one. I was kind of out of left field. Him and that tan. Okay.
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 You got the same face salon as Donald Trump or what? Because that orange is bright.
That orange is something terrible. All right, let's get to the last question because we gotta. All right, because I know this is probably gonna take the longest probably of any questions. All right. Give me your final thoughts on how Brad has done so far in 2023 free agency. I'm gonna go to you first, Mike.
Done really good. This is what I expected. Just get some free agents here and then build through the draft. I like free agency. I think it's a good way to get a little bit of upgrade, but I don't put a lot of stock into it compared to the draft. So to me, like draft is 90% of how you build your roster. It's really where you get your game changers. You know, the players like your Aiden Hutchinsons, your Penei Sewells, the guys that's going to make a difference for your football team. So I like it when you upgrade in free agency, but at the end of the day, it's cool. But what are they going to do in the draft? How are we going to get better in the draft? Because that's why this team is ascending, is the last 2 years of the draft, not the last 2 years of free agency. It's the draft, folks.
Okay, I got what you're saying. All right, Maniac Tim, what are your thoughts so far for Brad Holmes? I'm not saying grade, just give me your thoughts.
Okay, it's I mean, he's doing what he has to do in some ways, but some of the ones like Will Harris, questionable, but then you have some. I do think he's trying to upgrade. As far as for the corners, but it's it's mixed. It's mixed.
Okay. Wait and see for Tim.
Yeah.
Val, what do you think of what Brad Holmes is doing so far in free agency?
I'm with Mike. This is not, it's free agency. It is what it is. He did what he was supposed to do. You're supposed to build through the draft when you've got a team like this with a budget like this. So to me, it doesn't matter. We have to, what matters most is what's going to happen with the draft, because that's the guys that we need to change the state.
Okay. Gotcha. All right. For me, I think he's doing what he's supposed to do. Like you said, like you guys say, he's trying to upgrade at some positions. Definitely at running back. I think that was probably the biggest upgrade. Actually, I like the if we could keep a good healthy right guard, and I like that. That's why I kind of like the Graham Glasgow signing, bringing him back. He's durable. He's come in. He's a good guard, and that's gonna solidify that. I don't know what it's going to do with the big V thing, but we got a guy who's actually a stable person. He's available. So that's what I like about the Graham Glasgow signing. It upgrades that offensive line to a stable unit. You know what I'm saying? There's not going to be a revolving door. You look at last year, man, we had everybody playing right guard. You know what I'm saying? We have out there at Walmart, you know what I'm saying, at the Home Depot, getting guys to play right guard for parts of the season. So I like that signing. And I think that Evan Brown is a better backup center than he is a guard. So good luck to him out there in Seattle. Dosa Dion, what you got, man?
Can we please let Luke grade this when it comes to him? I really need a grade for that one. I love it. I'm with you guys. I absolutely love what we've done to this point. I did think that at some point maybe we'd sign a quarterback and then draft one on top of that. But with who's now been signed, I'm not even sure if that's going to happen. So I'm a little confused on that one. And then at the receiver position, I wasn't sure where they were going to go with it. I think now I kind of see that they're probably not going to hit that in free agency. They're probably just going to draft one, probably mid to late, I'm thinking. So I'm cool with that as well. But outside of that, I really like what we've done. I'm with you. I love the Graham Glasgow one, especially if Big V stays. It's like, to me, when I look at the offense and I think what's best for golf, it's like, dude, I better be able to pass protect. I better not go through what the heck we went through last year, because really, before we signed Graham, we were looking at this roster. Who in the heck did we have as a backup interior offensive lineman? I mean, it was a mess. I look, I'm not trying to throw hate, but I'm honestly surprised Logan Stenberg's still on the roster. I'm just so confused. So to me, man, it's like, I love what we've done. I think we've opened up so many different ways we can hit the draft. And then the biggest hole for me, which is DT, I thought it was going to be difficult to fill that in free agency, because you were going to have to spend a lot of money. And they could have, but at this point, I don't think that's going to be something they could fill. So so I think that's going to be draft. But aside of that, I really like it. I'm giving it an A. Luke, please, I need to hear it.
Luke G.
Here comes the F's.
We got limited time because we running up against it. So you can give me your grade and what your thoughts is of why you gave the grade.
It's a C. It's an average off season. It's just average. And my thoughts is that what he's done so far has been questionably suspect. You had a bottom of the league. You had a bottom of the league defense, and somehow you thought to sign many of them back. It doesn't make sense to me. It just doesn't. You add Glasgow, who I'm like, okay, cool. Should have did that a few years before, but hey, better than never, right? And the fact that he didn't sign a quarterback tells me that they're drafting one. So get ready for that one, people. So
get ready for a quarterback signing, by the way.
Whoa, you got some news, Mike? That sounded like some news, Mike.
I was told, about a day and a half ago, 48 to 72 hours. Just keep an eye on Teddy Bridgewater.
Oh, okay, makes sense. Gotcha.
Tim Boyle.
Now you can have Tim Boyle to yourself. No. Y'all can have all the pajama parties out there in Arlington when the guys move out there. But yeah, see, I get what you're saying. You know what, Luke, and I will say this about my man Luke G. He ain't flippy floppy. He ain't wishy washy. He stick with his guns, and he says what he believes and he says what he thinks, and it hasn't changed since then. So shout out to Luke G for keeping it real 100. You know what I'm saying? He keep it 1,000. His truth is his truth, and he ain't gonna waver from that. All right, now it's time for final thoughts, man, because we're running up on it real quick right here on Detroit Lions on the Pride, your home for Detroit Lions news and rumors. I'm gonna start with the Maniac, co-creator of Detroit Lions on the Pride. What you got, my man? Final thoughts for today's show.
I'm just hoping that after the end of the year, we don't say, "Oh my God, what happened to the Lions?"
Maniac, he hit the microphone.
So aggressive, man.
Aggressive. God, you got to sign Tim. Man, he fits one of those traits for the Lions. He want to be aggressive. Release that Maniac. Okay, all right. Thanks, man. Tim, I appreciate you, brother. Dose of Dion, what you got, man? Give me your final thoughts for today's show.
Yeah, man. Thanks for having me. I apologize. I think I started something there with Luke. We got rolling a little bit there, but no, I appreciate you guys having me. Sorry on the camera, and
glad to have you back.
it's great to be here, man. The energy and vibes are always great, and I love seeing the chat, man. It's awesome.
Yeah, definitely. Thank you, everyone, for participating in the chat, to hanging out with us right here on Detroit Lions on the Pride, your home for Detroit Lions news and rumors. All right, Mike Kimmer, what you got? Final thoughts for today's show.
I'm really happy you removed the John Fox photo. It was giving me Office Space supervisor vibes. Okay, when they're doing the flashbacks of him screwing the girl, so that was a little creepy there. But I appreciate getting on, man, and let this free agency go. But the draft is coming up here soon, folks. The real way this team's gonna go forward.
All right, Val, got you upside down. Val, talk about what we're doing out there on social media right now as far as the Proud Family Nation draft.
Yeah, so thank you all for hanging out with us in the chat. Welcome to everybody who's new. Welcome to the Proud Nation family. We're glad to have you here. We are currently running a Insanity Chaos mock draft. We have voting going on across all channels. On Twitter, it's a 24-hour vote, so you need to be quick on that when I get those posts up. on the other in our Facebook group and in our community tab, we'll have the polls as well. You're going to be voting on each positional need that the Lions have this year in the NFL draft. And at the end of the month, we are going to hold the results of that on our Free for All Friday show, where the panel will be making the picks. So they will be choosing at random numbered cards, and who knows who gets drafted where. So you guys going to have to check that out. So make sure you guys get your votes in, because we're going to need your votes. I know there's a lot of argument and fighting over certain positions, so there might be some battles as well. But we're going to be doing that. We need to have all of these votes in by the end of next week. So make sure you check us out.
All right. And thanks you guys for checking us out right here in Detroit Lions on the Pride, your home for Detroit Lions news and rumors, man. Thank you guys for all the support you guys been giving me over there and my new venture over there at SideLion Report, man. I appreciate all the views, man. And I love my Proud Nation family. And thank you so much for giving me that. I appreciate it. Go check out Detroit Lions News, man. I on their Facebook page. I wrote on their show last night. Fun guys, man. I got a great time. And I even hopped on over with Luke G last night as well on his show. So thank you guys again for all your support. Make sure you check us out on DetroitLionsOnTheProd.com. Make sure you go over to LionsOnTheProdShop.com, man, and just support everyone, all our DSA family, all their links in the description below. So go check out and holler at all those guys, man. Support what they're doing, man. And I appreciate all the love and support, man. Just right here, we appreciate you. Now, Reverend, the Bishop, Deacon, Dr. Love, step to the pulpit, Luke G, and give us that inspirational thought.
Hey, listen, I'm going to try to make it quick today. Listen, people, it's a simple one. Just because you thought it was for you does not mean it was for you. Just because you thought it was for you does not mean it was for you. I know you felt like that job that was calling you was for you. Then you got there and realized that it wasn't what they advertised. It's okay. Let that go. Just because you thought she was the one does not mean that she was the one for you. It's okay. Let that go. You see, I realized something. The moment you stop lying to yourself about what is for you and what is not, it's the moment you start to do some things a little different in your life. You start to walk a little different, breathe a little different. You see the world in a different light. The sounds of the world feel different. And you have to find some kind of way to simply make those differences become a reality of change. Don't just live into something because you thought it was for you. You better know what you know and understand that what it's showing you is showing you because it wants you to improve in some form or fashion. Don't just hold on to these things because they think they seem like good ideas. They seem like the right direction. It's the purpose behind it. It was a great moment. But it's this thing that I always go by. It's a very simple one. Just because a thing is great in the moment does not mean it's great for your life. All I'm asking you to do is simply just tell those things that's not for you, hey, it's been fun, but I got to move on. And with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, hit the like, subscribe, notification bell if you ain't did that. Join the family, and please go and support my man Curt in these articles. I'm literally not even having a struggle to find them, and they're worth every part of the read, people. So please make sure you show some love for them articles. And if you don't do nothing else, don't be no chump. Please do your research. Mike, what the hell is going on?
I didn't even know it was right there.
The doors of the church are open. Have a great weekend. Free agency is not over, so make sure you keep checking in. We'll be doing more shows next week. So make sure you follow us on your favorite social media platforms. And with that being said, man, hey, enjoy yourself. Be with your loved ones this weekend, man. And whatever you do in life, you got to boss up, ball out, and be the best version of you that you can be. For the panel, this is Curt Steele, and we will holler at you real soon. We love you, Jim.
Hey, yo, but you, that was